Well, then that's it. Tell your story.
So I was a young mum, didn't have a lot of money, got offered a job in a takeaway answering phones, and they had a few illegal migrant workers, and one night I was folding pizza boxes and one of the blokes came in and pinned me over the freezer, but he picked on the wrong girl and I fought back.
And what age was you then?
Well, I was 23, so it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, so quite a long time ago.
Yeah, but it took me 20 years to talk about.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, do you feel better talking about it, or?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It took a long time.
And this is your story, you know what I mean? And you know, you need to. Do you ever get to grips with something like that, or you know what I mean? You know.
I mean, I work both in my last job and my new job with migrant people, and I'm not saying every migrant person is bad.
I agree. There's some good between the bad apples. I do agree with that.
I'm not saying every person is bad.
Yeah.
But I worry about walking around on my own.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That thought is always in my head.
Yeah.
But I have to walk home late at night, and I always got that thought in my head. Is it going to happen again?
And this is the question I asked you the other day when I was at a hotel. As the migrants got an order where they have to be in at a certain time, but they're not allowed to free roam at any time in the morning, you know. And especially it's quite dangerous when the hotels are quite close to town centres, you know, and you've got vulnerable people that have drunk, you know, who've been out drinking, you know what I mean, you know, and things happen to them, you know. But there's so much crime that doesn't get reported, you know, and it gets covered up, you know what I mean. Did you report yours?
No, because I didn't think I'd be believed.
Yeah, and that's the problem, you know. Would you report it now, or you would report it now?
Because there's a lot more migrants in the country.
Yeah.
And we need to stand up.
Of course, yeah.
But it's getting to the point where I just don't think the police are on our side anymore.
I agree, I don't think they're on our side, you know. Like I said, you know, the young lad that's just been arrested here, he's told a joke, you know what I mean? And he got handballed, he's 17 years of age, and he's told a joke, so they arrested him. You know, he was manhandled by, you know, 15 police officers.
They didn't need that many police for one 17-year-old boy. I mean, there was hardly anything on it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's how he was a strip of wind. Yeah, of course, yeah. And do you get help and support with what happened, or you've just dealt with it yourself? But you've done really well, you know, obviously you've done really well. You know, and thanks for talking to me, and I hope you continue to get an understanding of what.
I mean, a lot of people have come up to me today after I spoke on stage and said, we're really proud that you stood up there.
Of course. Yeah.
I was so shaky when I came off stage. I mean, I didn't plan it. I didn't
of course.
get up on
Yeah.
stage. But somebody came over to me that it's so important to speak out.
Yeah.
That was 20 years ago when the problem wasn't as bad as it is.
And was it a local place you was at, or?
It was local to Derbyshire where I worked, where I lived, but 13 and a half years ago I moved to Warwickshire to start again.
Did you continue to see this person on a daily basis after that?
No, because he disappeared and he was undocumented.
Okay, yeah.
Where he is, he could be here. I don't know.
Yeah, so he was working illegally.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So I have no idea where he is now. He could turn up in this area.
Do you remember him, or you know, would you recognise? You'd recognise him. Yeah, every time. Of course, yeah, you would do. You know.
He has a very unique face.
Yeah.
I could point him out in a crowd.
And what sort of male was he? You know, was he?
Tall, slim, dark. He was a Turkish Kurd, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he told the truth.
Of course, yeah. You're just going what he said, like, you know. And there's a lot of illegal immigrants that work in these high-class shops. There is, you know. You can't hide it. Again, most of them have got Uber jobs now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which is a bit difficult. How they got them Uber jobs when they've got no paperwork? You know what I mean? You know, it's a bit strange. So unless they're working under somebody else's name, but you certainly wouldn't trust them round. You wouldn't trust them round vulnerable people. You know what I mean? You know, because it's not very good at all. But it was nice to meet you anyway. Well, nice welcome. What was yours? Nice to meet you. Lovely, Andrew. Thank you. Cheers.